Late blooming to the end of time, cause I've been really making moves. Only kick it with a few. Money calling coming through. All of these blessings, all of the amazing things, all of these waiting for. You better live it all, you better live it all.
Hey, it's Blaze, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make, in my opinion, the best point guard build, or to keep it short, the most well-balanced point guard build in NBA 2K20, who is going to be modeled behind Allen Iverson in regards to ratings and badges and things of that nature. So without further ado, let's get to the video. But first, if you haven't already, drop a like, subscribe down below, show me some love. I'm busting my ass here for these build and badge review videos, and to ensure that you are in the best situation to be the most dominant player in NBA 2K20. Like, show me some love, yo! Just show me some love! Without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? Alright, so the pie chart you're going to want to go with is going to be the pure play pie chart. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 pie charts. From the top is going to be the pure play. You want to go half, and you'll see why in just a second. Once you get to the physical profile, you are going to want to go with majority agility, majority vertical. Mainly because the vertical is going to help you a lot in regards to getting defensive rebounds, and the speed. Well, you're a point guard, you're AI. It's kind of your job to be fast. You know, if you put on strength, well, we would have an issue on our hands, and we would have to have a one-on-one conversation about what you were thinking. Putting 67 strength instead of putting 88 vertical on AI. Anyway, next portion. Fantastic. Alrighty, we are now finished with the attribute upgrades. As you can see, no surprises on a lot of these attributes, but I will explain a few of these and kind of like what's going to be the deal breaker, what's going to separate you between other builds in the 2K community, and how you can make yourself better with just the tiniest of changes in what you decide to do. One of the biggest things is that with a close shot, a lot of people, this is a attribute that every single year goes very underused, and if it is used, it's a wide open shot, so you don't need the highest rating to knock these shots down. So I brought it down to 75 just so we can max out defensive rebound, offensive rebound, and interior defense and blocking in that as well, which I believe is going to benefit the long run. As you can see here, 80 mid-range, 75 3-point, 95 passing accuracy as well for dribbling. Obviously, AI, you want to dribble a little bit, you know, it's kind of what you're known for, the AI crossover, you know, so obviously you need that if you want to make AI. But when you look at this, you can tell this is definitely one of the more balanced builds. In my opinion, the most balanced build that you can have in the game as far as being a pure, authentic point guard is concerned. Without further ado, let's move on to the next portion, to the height. When we talk about the body shape, I just found out about this just about an hour, 30 minutes ago through self-experimentation and talking with my other peers on my Pro-Am team. We're going to 2 charts today. Anyway, we've been studying the game. Okay, so body shape does take effect on your players this year. For example, if you're a glass, for example, if you are the bulky body shape and you do have Hall of Fame brick wall or any type of brick wall or screens in general as a player, your target area is a lot bigger, and for some reason your player is more attracted to the screen when your body is bigger and more burly, which makes sense because you have a bigger target area. So with that being said, with point guards, it's going to be the opposite situation. I know you're going to look ugly. you're gonna look hella ugly, but we're gonna want to go with the slight flight right here, alright? You wanna go to slight flight, you wanna get that little scrawny thing going on, because when you're driving down into the lane, or you're trying to squeeze those tiny lanes, try to get an open opportunity, this is gonna help you out the most, especially with bump steals taking an effect as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that matter. Excellent day. Alright, now for the height of the build. You are gonna want to make the height just 1 inch difference, which is gonna be 6'4", and I will tell you why. Driving dunk +1, driving layup -1, 887, not bad big of a difference. Post hook +1 doesn't matter. +4 interior defense, +6 block, +2 offensive rebound, +4 defensive rebound. But why this is most important is that your strength goes up slightly, speed only goes down 2, but the biggest difference here is going to be the interior and block increase. Like I said, if you're gonna be playing 2s or 3s, you don't want to have the worst defense in the world, because keep in mind, if you have a teammate on your team who has a defensive leader that does give you a boost on defense, just boom, just like that, you're gonna have +10, +12, depending on the specifics. I've been talking to Mike Wang, hasn't gotten back to me yet, but you will get a +10, +12 boost on your defensive stats if your opponent, or your teammate, I should say, does have a tier 4 defensive leader, which is gonna be Hall of Fame, obviously. Like I said, you want to ensure they don't have the worst defense in the world, because if you do, you're gonna be irrelevant on defense, just in general. So like I said, 1 inch, I know it does bring down -2 and -1 acceleration and -1 vertical, but the defensive boost is gonna be crucial, especially when it comes to making AI, who's arguably, for his size, the best player of all time, considering size to performance. Now it's time for weight. You're gonna want to make your weight the least amount possible, which is going to be 175 pounds. Reason this is because your acceleration and vertical go up tremendously. You start up at 92, you go all the way down to 95. Your vertical starts at 87, you go to 90. Only thing that it does affect is interior defense and strength, which is irrelevant in this situation. You want the acceleration, you want the vertical, so you can help on boards, and your dribbling is a lot faster, and your spring is a lot faster on fast breaks, especially. Model quickness, important as well if you're guarding a sharp, or you're guarding a secondary ball handler. That's going to be important in getting stops for your team. Perfect. Okay, so for wingspan, you're gonna be perfect. Okay, perfect. Now for wingspan, you are gonna want to go as expected all the way down to minimum. I'll explain why. You only get -3 block, -3 steal, +1 post, +3 to your 3-point, +3 to your mid-range shot. In case you're not aware, 3 is our special number, is our favorite number. You know why? Because 3 points is what separates skill gaps. Say for example, you got a 75-3, you go up by 3 attribute points, you are gonna notice a difference in that rating. Whereas if you have a 75-3 go +2, you're not gonna see a difference. Reason why we maxed out our defense earlier and brought down our close shot is so our defense does not go into the 50s, but instead, once we get a defensive leader boost, it's gonna go into the 70s, and steal's gonna go into the 80s, which is gonna be amazing on a defensive end for you, while also being able to have a very strong 3 all across the board. When you have a great jumper this year, you're gonna be very consistent, especially when it comes to AI. AI did it all, and that's what this build does, especially having 95 ball control. Now we're talking about a takeover for AI. This is not something that you really just want to like have a favorite for. It depends on what badges you plan to get and what type of play style that you have with this build, because it's balanced everywhere, right? You can tell that right here. You got shot creator, playmaker, and slasher takeover. Personally, for me, I'm thinking about a pro-am type of situation with that 95 ball control, especially if you have Unfuckable badge on your player, which I do plan on adding to this build, I'm gonna be going with Playmaker Takeover. Yes, Slasher Takeover is very, very, very OP this year, but when you already have 80 driving dunk, there really isn't a, like, there's not gonna be a huge difference. Whereas with Playmaker Takeover, you're gonna have the opportunity to be able to one-on-one somebody, which is a lot more fun to watch and a lot more fun to play when you make that man fall on his ass right there on the court. Moving on. Alright, so we now have completed the build. Let's see what the archetype is for this balanced PG build. As you can see, it's going to be a slashing playmaker, comparisons of Steve Francis, Russell Westbrook, and John Wall. Now, if you want to get the similarity of Allen Iverson, you will have to get the half playmaker, half slasher pie chart in the very beginning of the creation process. Reason why I did not do this is because I wanted the plus 9-3 that you do achieve from getting the pure playmaker pie chart. And I'm about 1000% positive that if you want to be a more balanced PG, but have that more AI swag, AI style, you are going to agree with me on this any day of the week, that you'd much rather have a 78, 79-3 compared to having a 69-3 and having better slashing stats. Liddy. Alrighty, so as you can see on our screen, we got 13 upgrades for defensive rebounding, 27 for playmaking, 1 for shooting, 8 for finishing badges as well. I'm gonna put my face cam away and I'm gonna tell you about what badges I did choose for Allen Iverson oriented. So for finishing badges, we're gonna have a total of 3 badges on this category that we are gonna have on our player. First one is going to be Silver Acrobat. For the primary reason, helps you hit contested layups on other players. Very simple, common sense. Next is gonna be Gold Slithery Finisher. I can't pronounce my THs, as you can tell. Slithery Finisher. We are gonna get that on Gold. It improves a player's ability to avoid contact when attacking the rim. Now, when your rating is not as high as like a 95 or 96, you are going to be getting bailed out on that. So, Slithery Finisher is going to be excellent when doing Euros and hop layups, which are very popular last year, and from what I've seen, are going to be very popular this year. Next is going to be Gold Relentless Finisher. Reason why I'm not doing Giant Slayer is because if you're smarter, you're not going to try to do driving or try to do any types of lays or dunks on big men unless they're a stretch, which in that case, you're not going to want to use a Giant Slayer. You're not even going to need a... Which in that case, you're not even going to need Giant Slayer against a stretch big. Reason why I say that is if you're going to get Giant Slayer, you are more than likely going to need Hall of Fame, because the Shaq build, which I just uploaded, I'm going to tag it above right now, in the right hand corner, is because they will always have Hall of Fame Intimidator or Hall of Fame around the rim defensive badges. So no one in their right mind is gonna put badges on Giant Slayer just because it's gonna be a waste space and you're not going to be able to compete with a big man unless you are a pure slasher or majority slasher in this case. For shooting with only one potential upgrade, this is obviously a very difficult decision, but like I have done with previous builds that have worked out well, you gotta keep in mind about which badge is gonna affect you the most in the most positive manner possible, has a most drastic effect on you and your build, which is gonna be Bronze Hot Zone Hunter, which means that in all of your hot zones that you do have on your player, you are gonna have a boost, which means you're gonna have a boost on slashing, a boost on shooting, on a 3, on a 2, even shot close, even wherever you are in a core, you are gonna have a hot zone on that zone. Obviously with Hot Zone Hunter, you're gonna have that boost. So that was my choice for the shooting badge. Like I said, it has the biggest effect with just a bronze color only, whereas with like Green Machine or with Range Extender or with Ice and Veins or Catch a Shoot or anything of that nature, it's gonna have the least effect for you. Ooh, wait! Are we gonna have fun here? Oh my lord! Yo, the amount of damage that we can do with 27 upgrades is insane. Just imagine when he hit 99 too, which is something I am going to think about because I'm pretty sure it has been confirmed that your badges do upgrade +1. Do not quote me on that though, it has not been confirmed, but it's a large rumor going around. And about 50% of the time, it's a large rumor, about half the time, it is going to be true. Either way, the first badge is going to be Silver Bailout. With you having a very strong slashing game, sometimes you're not going to make the right read, and this badge will have a strong effect on you. Reason why it's silver is because it does allow more room for other badges to take effect on your player as AI. Next badge is going to be Silver Handles for Days. The reason why it's not gold or Hall of Fame, because I know you're like, wait, Blaze, I'm a dribble head. I'm AI. You know, I wanna have Hall of Fame so I can dribble for days. It isn't even a badge, right? Listen, all right. Listen to me. You can buy Gatorade. I'm sure to be a Gatorade glitch. You're always just glitches. All right, you'll have Gatorade. You'll have the workout facility. You'll be able to upgrade stamina as well when you're molding your player when the game comes out. So do not worry. Alright, get silver. You get that decent, strong boost. You can buy Gatorade. You're Gucci. There's not going to be a need for Hall of Fame because, like I said, you want to make your player as balanced as possible and have as many badges taking effect. So you might have room for an extra Hall of Fame badge. That will be a difference between your player being better than someone else's player in 2K20. Now, the next badge you're going to want to have is Silver 4 General. Because, like I said, when you have Silver 4 General and this next badge I'm going to be naming coming up, you're going to realize that these two badges put together is going to have a large impact on the game about how you affect your teammates in this game and how it can lead to a lot of wins going forward, no matter if it's Rec, Park, Stage, Team Up, whatever it may be, Pro-Am obviously. These two badges working together, it's gonna be insane. That badge is gonna be Hall of Fame Dimer, as you expected. It's gonna be a excellent badge to use. These two, especially for General in the past, it did not have a major effect, especially to the case that you can get Hall of Fame Dimer and for General if you wanted to, which would be absolutely insane ability. But we're gonna keep it normal. I mean, if your teammates need Hall of Fame Dimer and Hall of Fame 4 General, then you got a bigger issue than putting them in the right situations, right? So bring that back down to silver. Next badge is gonna be gold quick first step. Reason this is because this does help with blow by animations, and there's potential to get ankle breaker animations, and provides more explosive first steps out of triple threat and size ups. So when you are sitting there dribbling and you make your first dribble, your first move, there's no way to tell which way you're going unless you have the defensive badge that draws the arrow where you're going. But case here is that it does give you a speed boost that where you can get right by somebody. My opinion, quick first step is the best badge in the game. I recommend this badge to any build, especially even centers. I even put this badge on the Shaq build because it helps with blow by animations, which what more else can you ask for? This quick first step badge should honestly just be the all-around playmaking, slashing, shooting badge, whatnot, because it does affect every single category in the game. The next badge we're going to go with is Stop and Go, because you are going to be able to jig with this build. When someone with a user is guarding you, you can use this badge so that their momentum carries them off course and you have an open lane or an open shot or an open whatnot into the paint. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. This basically just gives you the ability to jig and to just stop wherever you want to, and overall gives you a feel of more control of your player. And that's all you can say. Next is gonna be Gold Needle Threader. With you being a point guard and you being a smaller 6'4" build, when you do get double teamed or you do get pressure around you, this badge is very important because double teams are a lot OP this year. Or actually no, double teams are, this is the only 2K where double teams are actually relevant in how your player does and how it affects your player compared to past 2Ks. This badge is crucial. If you're a point guard, if you're a facilitator, you absolutely are gonna need this badge. Next badge is gonna be Hall of Fame, ankle breaker, pretty obvious, your AI, and it's your job to be a dribble head. It's your job to look flashy, look fancy, and just to fuck people up as the main point guard of your team. Next is going to be Hall of Fame Unfuckable, because if you're a point guard last year, I'm sorry, I feel bad for you. You were getting ripped every single possession. Alright, so this year, Unfuckable, you're gonna need it. Alright, you want to breathe in fresh air, you want to ISO, you want to run PNR, doesn't matter what you do on the offensive end, you are gonna need this badge, especially with bump steals and things of that nature. So like I said, you have 3 Hall of Fame badges, 3 golds, 3 silvers, very well balanced. And this is what can set you apart from other playmaking slashers or other balanced point guard builds. Last but not least, we are going to have the defense and rebounding category. For this category, we try to go as well balanced as possible to help out on the lower stats of our player. And we have a total of 6 badges. Overall, just 6 badges out of 13, which I feel like is going to be very well balanced and is going to help you a lot, especially if you're a 2s or 3s player in the park. First badge is going to be Silver Off-Ball Pest. This is very useful if you are guarding someone who is off-ball. If you have a lockdown or you're facing a team on 2 that is running a post score, or mainly just through a big in general, this is going to help you out a lot, because if someone tries to cut, or if you are just trying to drain your stamina off of your matchup, this gives you the ability to activate animations that you don't get without the badge, and to take away stamina from them. So even if they get the ball, it's going to be hell for them to even do anything at that point, because they're not having enough stamina. Unless you got, unless you bought Gatorade, it's a whole entire different situation. But, unless they buy Gatorade, which is a whole entire different situation, But hey, we're just putting it out there, If they buy Gatorade, that's different. But majority of casuals, they're not gonna buy Gatorade. So you Gucci. Next badge is gonna be Silver Clamps. Silver Clamps boost the ability to stay in front of the ball handle on a perimeter, which basically means 2K, they're gonna help you out a little bit. All right, you're gonna have a little AI Wally action going on here, and they're gonna help you activate that ability to stay in front of your defender, and it makes your job easier. So you're trying to go on long streaks where your mind gets mentally tired. That is going to help you there on playing defense against bots or bums or even great players. So yep, that's the second badge. Third badge is going to be Silver Interceptor and Silver Intimidator, which go hand in hand. Silver Interceptor helps doing passes. Intimidator helps with contesting jump shots. This is very similar to Defensive Stopper last year, just under a different name and a different photo for the badge. You're going to need this, especially if you're going to be guarding a pure sharp on the 3s, because the majority of the time, if you're a point guard, you are going to have a lockdown. So Silver Intimidator will be a great badge for you to have on this build. Next badge is going to be Silver Lightning Reflexes. So not only do you have Clamps, not only have Off-Ball Pest, but you have 3 great badges to use as a off-ball defender. For 1, make it hard to pass on you. 2, make it hard to shoot on you. 3, make it extremely hard to even pass remotely around you, because you will get animations of stealing their passes. Also, with Lightning Reflexes, if you press square and it's a bad read, which all of us do, I mean, we're human. Everybody is not a perfect 2K player. So if you make a bad read, you press square and steal a pass, you're not going to get such a bad animation, whereas if you had no Lightning Reflexes badge. Next badge we're going to have is, of course, Gold Pick Dodger. This year, they do have harder screens than they have ever had since 2K17. I believe 2K17 had harder screens, but this year they are implementing fall down screen animations. That's why you are gonna need a Gold Pick Dodger, so you don't get hit hard on screens and you can still at least not fall down. Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It does conclude our video today for the build of AI. Hopefully you do agree with me on this. Now, if your playstyle is different than what I saw in my vision for what AI would be, but also making it as practical as possible, feel free to change anything up. At the end of the day, I'm just letting you know what my professional opinion is on these builds, because it is my job to ensure that you do get the best information possible on what builds to make and what badges are the best for that type of build and that type of player that you are going for example, with AI. Yeah. I will be uploading some more build videos and a lot more badge videos generic, because I believe that is the most crucial part this year in 2K20 is the builds and the badges, a lot more than just the skill by itself. Without further ado, good day, adios, and good night, peace, each and every one of you, and y'all have a fantastic rest of your day.